What's up, party people? This is Turkish Jude Mossberg here from Facebook. Jude's Junk Facebook comic book shop and YouTube channel. Our website, Jude's Junk. All my books that I have posted are on my Jude's Junk website. So a guy online was asking the question, what do you do when you come across an ad, like a marketplace ad, and it's just a box of books? It doesn't tell you what the contents are and it has a price on it. How would you respond? And obviously there's all the comments. Is it a poor ad? Sure. There's a verse in the Bible that says, love believes all. And so giving someone the benefit of the doubt would be, okay, this is someone who doesn't know what he's doing. He might be an older collector. He might be disabled. He might have a hard time communicating. Whatnot, maybe he's never on Facebook and he's trying to sell his comic books and he's just like, I'll just start with this box here. I won't look in it. It'll be a blind bag. So let's just take it. Let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. And then we'll look at the other alternatives in a minute. The benefit of the doubt, it's a blind box. Hopefully he's told you how many comic books in there. All right. Do you want a blind box of books? People love blind bag left and right. I mean, if the guy's giving you zero information, what's in a short box? Is it 250? No, that's a long one. How many books are in a short box? 50, something like that? Can't remember, to tell you the truth. So, if they're a long box, I remember people saying total blind, you might get it for anywhere from 25 to 50 bucks for a blind box. A short box blind, again, assuming he's just a good old boy and doesn't want to look through all these boxes his kids inherited in. They don't know anything about him. They don't want to inventory him. They just want to blind box it. I mean, it's really kind of foolish. Anybody can take a quick little video and be like, okay, here's the kind of books that are inside of it. So it's really hard to believe that if someone does a short box, blind box, that they're not trying to take advantage of you and just fill it with a bunch of 90s junk. That 90s junk is really hard to get rid of, even for a quarter a piece. So I don't like raws, and I wouldn't do a blind box. I don't like that. Some people might. Some people might get a kick out of reading some weird guy. You might learn more by talking to the guy. I would reach out and talk to the guy if I was interested, and I'd say, hey, can you take a video? I don't know how to do that, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Can you take a couple pictures and then I mean, if he's totally trying to hide just taking some pictures or a video, then you got to question whether he's just trying to, there's 100 copies of some obscure image book from 1993 or 97 or Valiant, or there was everybody was on the independent train back then trying to take advantage of the TMNT hype and some of the other, hype independent books. So it was just a lot of junk that was put out. I got a bunch of those 90s stuff. Bad artists, bad writers, people just putting anything out. And could it be fun to go through at a dime a piece? Maybe. But you got to ship a small short box. That's going to be expensive. So would not be something I would go for. Worst case scenario is he's purposely trying to hide it because he's giving you all the worst stuff. He got a big collection, went through and graded all the big books, sold them. Then he sold all the big keys raw that he didn't want to grade. Then he sold all the minor keys raw. And then he's left with a bunch of filler stuff. Not even cool filler stuff from the 80s, like, Claremont wrote or something like that. Just junk filler stuff like, some unknown silly book there's 100 copies of it, that you could definitely get that in one of those blind bags. He just stuffs it full of, there's no way I'm going to get rid of these. I'll give you 100 of the same exact book. So if you want to be helpful, you can maybe help the guy, give him some advice on how to advertise, market, take some pictures, take a video. Give us an idea of what time frame the books are, what condition. Are they all individually bagged and board? Are they in there with no bags, And if the guy's like, I don't want to tell you anything, then that's probably a good case that he's just trying to take advantage of you. And anybody who's trying to take advantage of it in a blind bag, that's why blind bags need some kind of structure to at least help the buyer know that there's a chance you could get lucky. Maybe the reputation, maybe you have a good reputation of a blind bag, or maybe you can say, hey, these are all 80s books and Marvel. They're all 80s Marvel books, and so it's a blind bag of 80s Marvel books, which that would be a lot better than 90s Independence or 70s, all 70s DC stuff, you know, that, oh, okay, that's different. So anyways, happy hunting, guys. I actually got a short box when I first started getting back into it in 2021, and a guy had a whole bunch of Batman keys. I don't think he knew what he was doing, but they were all just Batman keys. And I offered to pay cash to get a discount, and it was like $500 or $600 for a short box. And he mailed them to me. There was some great books in there. I got a Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, #2, newsstand, and it came back a 9.8 after Frank Miller signed it. It sold for $1,500 on eBay. A bunch of other books, 9.8s, 9.6s. So you could get lucky, and if you wanted to, you know, take the time to do a little bit of research to see if there's any chance that you could get lucky on it. But for the most part, I wouldn't even waste my time with them. I just keep on scrolling just because I'm not interested in that. But some people love that gamble, that blind bag stuff. And anyways, happy hunting, guys.